Hello, this is the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Thursday, April the 24th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the trading room. This is the address to get into the room, and you can log in as a guest or use your Facebook or your Twitter account to log in. Well, let's first take a look at the SPY, and this line right here is where the SPY closed yesterday. And you can see that in the post market yesterday, it had this big spike up, basically because of Apple, and held its gains and got a little bit higher even in the pre-market this morning. And then we just had a major sell-off right from the get-go, all the way down here, broke down through the close, and then it jogged around this area, and then it had a nice little rally. And the market is still half an hour to go before it's closed, so it looks like we'll definitely close above the close of yesterday. But certainly a choppy day with big rally here, chopping around, another drop, and then some gaining. So tough to trade, quite frankly. You're going to get a lot of stocks that are, you get going in one direction and then they reverse very quickly. So unless you're on the right side, if you're shorting immediately, you would have made money. And if you got long immediately in areas like this, you could have made money, I suppose. But at any rate, let's take a look at the stocks that I actually traded today and posted in the room. Now, the first one was Ingram, and you see a few numbers on here, and I'll explain that. Ingram came from my custom setup, my momentum play, and this was a short momentum down, and it came at 10 o'clock, and the price was at 26.14 is when I actually got the alert. So right here is when I got the alert. Now I watched it go down a little bit, and then it came back up, and then it had the bounce. So obviously I waited on this, but the next time that it broke down through 26, I decided to take the short, and I got in at 25.98, and I sold half at 25.73 and the other half at 25.82. And and then I started watching it again because if you've followed my videos, you'll know that I have been sort of bemoaning the fact that sometimes on these shorts, I don't keep following the stocks because then they can actually have nice rebounds. So I kept watching this stock, but it was pretty choppy throughout this area. But I said in the room that if it broke through 26, I would certainly get interested in it. And so that's basically what it did. It broke through 26. I took the trade at the long trade at now 26.09. Watch it take the first drop down, but it held. And then I actually ended up selling half at 26.29 and the other half at 26.31. Now you may ask, why did I do that? Because look at this. I mean, it kills me that I wasn't able to keep this because it would have been a really nice gain, almost a dollar, over a dollar right now. I mean, if I'd held right to this point, but even if you just held to this point, it was about a dollar. And the problem is this little action right here got me concerned again that we might have another drop, and so that's what got me out. And without that happening, I was very happy to hold the stock, and then would have got extremely rewarded by all this action here. But them's the luck of the draw, I guess. And just for the sake of this 2 minute candle, it got me out. The next trade was GRA. And GRA was actually one of the bounce plays. Came from here, 95.17. So right in this area here is when I got alerted to the bounce. And I took the trade. If you've been following, you know that what I like to do is take the trade right above the top of this last red candle. So it was been right here. So I took the trade at 95.23, and it popped a little bit. Thought, and I was only really expecting up to about here, a little bit of a shelf here. And again, the market was just chopping around. So I mean, I was definitely in scalp mode today on most of my trades. And in essence, when I saw this red candle forming, I decided to get out of the trade. It just wasn't. I just didn't have the feel for it that it was going to work. And luckily that I did. I mean, it definitely dropped right after that. So that basically got out at my break even. And then the last trade was ABC. Now this was a real tough one. ABC came at, let's see, it was at 11. 11:58. So let me just right here. ABC again was in my bounce alert. So it was 11:58. So it was right in this area here. So right here is when I was alerted to it. And you can see, I mean, beautiful candles all the way down. Now, this was the last red candle, and here's the green candle forming. But obviously I didn't take it because it didn't close above here. And quite frankly, even if it had, I wouldn't have taken it because this is 65.65 up here, and down here is 65.34. Too big a stop for me in a bounce play, so I wouldn't have taken it. But I decided to keep watching it. And the same thing, though, yes, this was the last red candle, so in theory, I could have taken the trade right here, but now the stop would have been immense. I mean, 64.59 down to the bottom of the candle, 63.76, so way too large a stop for me. But I decided to keep watching it, mainly because when I looked at the daily chart, I could see that here is the 200-day moving average right at 64.78. So it looked like it really wanted to hold at 60. Let me just get over here. This is the end. 64.78. It looked like it was trying to hold here. So I decided to watch it, but you can see how choppy it was, up and down quite a bit. But then it kind of consolidated here, and we talked about it in the room. And I said that if it got over 65, I would take the trade. Though I did say that a lot of times I like to wait for the second break of the whole number because a lot of times it can be a fake, because everybody is waiting for this break, and I say in quote unquote they know that also. So a lot of times they just drop it immediately and take everybody out and then start again. But what I did was I did take the trade at 65.03. Now I got very very lucky here because I was basically wanting to put my stop right here at 64.90. Now, so I'm right in here. This is a 2-minute candle. The next 2-minute candle really did nothing. And then the next 2-minute candle started up a little bit. And then we had just a drop in seconds, quite frankly. And I wasn't able to get my sell in at 64.90. It went all the way down to 64.77, but it rebounded so quickly that I held the stock and I waited. And so actually I got through dumb luck, I got lucky on this one because what I was able to do was hold on. I held on through all this, and then but once it popped up through here, and then once we started getting this red candle here, I decided to exit the trade just for pennies. I think it was like 65.06 that I got out, but at least it was a break even. But a tough trade. Now, hopefully you can see why I would take this trade though, because once it broke 65, I mean, look, there's no resistance on the intraday chart up to 66.81, the high of the day. So in theory, I mean, if this could have got going, I mean, we could have had a $1.70 until resistance. So I would do the same trade again. I mean, I didn't like all this chopping area right here, but I would do the same trade again. And I just got lucky that I wasn't able to sell when I wanted to, and it came right back up. So that's it for today. Let me just bring back the cover again. Here's how to get into the room. And I hope to see you in the room tomorrow, and good trading to you on Friday.